Welcome back, Kristen.
Thank you, Max.
How are we doing?
Good.
Good. Today we're going to be talking about the elements of CrossFit, like what CrossFit is, what CrossFit wants. And those of you who are not new to CrossFit, I think it's really cool to understand why we do what we do, but also for people who have been doing CrossFit for quite some time now, it might shed some light on exactly what I just said, why we do what we do, right? I think it's always beneficial to have a little bit of reasoning behind what the coach wants you to do and what the workouts do.
Why we suffer every day.
Yes, yeah. Cool. I want to kick it off with the little bit of introductory question, what is CrossFit?
So the actual definition of CrossFit is constantly varied functional movements performed at high intensity. And that's a whole lot of words. So we'll break it down. Constantly varied means we want to vary as much as we can to include the time we're working out for, the movements we're doing, the weight we're using, the distance we're traveling.
That means repetitions.
Repetitions, yes. So as much as we can vary, you want to constantly vary it day to day. Every workout should be different. Functional movements refers to movements that help us outside of the gym. Take a squat. Squatting is how you get on and off the toilet every day, which is super functional. A clean and jerk, for instance, is an Olympic lift. If you are on a train and you have a suitcase and you need to put it in the shelf above the seats and it's a little heavy, you're going to pick it up and get it to your chest first, your shoulders, and then you're going to go from shoulders to overhead to shove it in the bin. Yeah. That's a clean and jerk.
Correct.
Functional movements, things that help you outside of the gym that actually apply to real movements we're doing while we're not working out.
I think there's another perspective to that, which is we are born... Our anatomy that is built a certain way, and those movements make use of our anatomy in the most efficient, effective, and safe way.
Yes.
Yeah? Correct.
Okay, and then we have performed at high intensity. So high intensity or intensity in general is pretty much your power output. Going for a nice Sunday stroll down a nice little path is something that's very low intensity. Your heart rate doesn't get up very high. You're not putting a lot of effort into it. You're just cruising. High intensity would be going, for an all-out sprint, getting your heart rate shot up through the roof, putting maximum effort behind what you're doing. That's high intensity. So CrossFit is varying everything we can, every chance we can, movements, speed, distance, weight, reps, all of it, time. Functional movements that help our body move anatomically the way it should, and also that help us with our just everyday movements, the way we should be moving. And then high intensity, putting maximum power output, maximum effort behind doing those things. Yeah.
Little example we have in at least here. Do postmen distribute the mail with bikes in the US? Not anymore, right?
They have mail trucks.
Yeah. There's a lot of them here in Germany that do it with bikes. And there's a little saying in the German community, those people, they are on the bike for many, many, many miles a day. But they would never be able to go for or even win the Tour de France, for example, because they perform their miles on a day-to-day basis at low intensity, right?
They never train the high intensity.
Yes, exactly. And the Tour de France, which is a race, you need to work on that high intensity stuff. Yeah.
No, our mailmen use trucks.
Yeah, of course.
But I blame it on, like, U.S. neighborhood. Like, in the city is one thing. They may do it differently in the city, but in the suburbs, in the country, the houses and everything, neighborhoods are so spread out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They can use a truck, and they hit a lot more locations.
It's more efficient.
Supposedly.
All right, fair enough. Cool. Good. The definition of CrossFit helps us to understand the goal of CrossFit, which is defined by what is fitness. Right?
Yes. So CrossFit defines fitness as increased work capacity across time and model domains.
Broad time and model domains.
Yes. I never freaking remember that one.
Yeah. What does that mean?
So essentially, we want to be able to do more in less amount of time for both mid and long range time periods, and do that for a lot of different varied movements.
Yeah.
So doing more work in less amounts of time with more movements.
Yeah. Super quick example that comes to mind. I used to be a swimmer, so I would only be fit, good in the pool. If I would have never trained outside of the pool, like running. I hated running when I was younger. Push-ups, moving my body through space, and we get to that later. In this definition, I wasn't fit. I was good in the pool, but I wasn't fit. I was very specialized.
Yes.
And I wasn't, in our definition, healthy, because I was only good in the water.
Yes.
And I wouldn't be able to run or do a lot of good, like, push-ups. Squatting was never even mentioned, thought of. That comes to mind.
Well, and I think that's why CrossFit can claim their, at the CrossFit Games, they crown the winner the fittest on earth.
Yeah.
And fittest is based on this definition, as opposed to, people will argue that, what about the, Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer, or to some people, I don't want to start any fights, but, or, Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player of all time. Again, your opinion. They're really good in their very specific niches.
Yeah.
While they may be able to run suicide sprints on the court or, run up and down 1,000,000 stairs as part of their training, if you put them to test in weightlifting aspects or Olympic
swimming.
lifting or swimming, they would probably fail miserably.
Yeah.
Which is why CrossFit tests all of these things in their games, the quest to find the fittest on earth, so that you find the person who is good all across the board, not just in one specific area.
Yeah. But we also benefit from trying to increase our work capacity across, let me put it in different words, many disciplines. Yeah. Because it makes us fitter and therefore healthier.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. If I can swim and I want to go in the lake with my child, and I'm the one grasping for air and,
It's not too safe.
Yes, not too safe.
For the child.
Yes. And then I will also want to be able to run for the bus or the train, and I also want to be able to carry my groceries up into the 4th floor without having to stop multiple times.
Yes.
That's fitness in real life gained inside the gym.
I've had multiple people come into our 101 course as avid runners. They run marathons, they run half marathons, they run for fun on the weekends, they run for breakfast, like that's what they do. They eat, sleep, breathe running. They come into the 101, they learn about these elements that we're going to discuss here in a second, and they put them to use, and almost everyone comments like, I thought I was fit before. But
I thought so too before I started doing CrossFit.
But when you start adding those other things in there, you're like, man, there's a lot I can't do yet.
Okay, we teased it enough, I think.
Yes.
Let's talk about the elements of CrossFit. There's 3 major elements.
Yes.
But there's also a pyramid that
I like the pyramid because it creates a good visual for people,
Yes.
even if you're not like mental visual or actual visual.
Yeah.
Right. So the base of the pyramid is nutrition, of course, because it affects your metabolism, your bones, your muscles, everything that requires you to do the other things.
Yeah, you need to fuel your body.
Yes, it's based on nutrition. So that is the groundwork, the foundation. Above that is metabolic conditioning, which is basically the cardiovascular sufficiency, cardio work, your heart, right?
Yeah.
What we like to train with that high intensity. And then above that is gymnastics, which is your spatial awareness and body control. So things like air squats, push-ups, pull-ups, burpees, moving your body weight through space. Controlling it.
Yeah, controlling your body in space, stabilizing your body in space.
Yes. So if you have someone, and I think we've all seen this before, that looks a little like Gumby when you don't know Gumby, but the Americans will know Gumby. When they move.
Goofy?
No. Gumby was this like cartoon, and he's kind of made out of like Play-Doh clay, and you can like, anyway, I'll show you later. If you've seen someone that moves like Gumby, they probably need to work on their gymnastics skills before they move up the pyramid.
Yeah.
So above gymnastics would be the weightlifting, which once we have our body control, then weightlifting is the control of external objects, barbells, weights, whatever. Objects. Yeah. Anything.
Yeah.
So moving or having control of external objects when we move. And then the very, very top of the pyramid, the very last thing is sports. So once you've built the foundation, you have developed those foundational movements, then you can focus on sport-specific, skill-specific, higher skill things.
Yeah, and this is not only the sport of CrossFit.
No, this is
everything.
Yes,
right?
for everything.
Yeah.
So even basketball players, even swimmers, they should have that foundation of nutrition, metabolic conditioning, gymnastics, weightlifting, and then basketball, swimming, whatever sport you're in.
And the huge benefit to that is that you don't have to worry about the other things anymore. You don't have to worry about your metabolic conditioning. You're not grasping for air during your training, so to say. If I'm thinking team sports, I used to play water polo, and if the training is so exhausting for me that the plays, the tactics we would do, I'm so exhausted from the swimming part that I can no longer focus on my opponent or on my tactics that we just discussed.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Exactly.
Right? I need the foundation, and then I can focus on other things.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's why CrossFit is so beneficial to everyone, no matter what your age, which is a little teaser for the next episode.
Right.
It's so beneficial because it is our goal to build all of those pieces.
Yeah.
And then if you're also in a sport, cool, you've built the foundation for it. Go sport specific. Be a soccer player, be a tennis player, be whatever.
Yeah.
You have the foundation to safely go into your sport and learn those higher skills.
Cool. Just to wrap it up, our CrossFit workouts consist mainly all of the time of the monostructural components, which is the metabolic conditioning, right? It's rowing, it's running, it's biking, it's rope jumping, roping rope,
roping jump. I like that.
Then the gymnastic elements. Think burpees, squats, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, lunges, unweighted, obviously.
Rope climbs, muscle-ups, all of it.
That's higher skill.
Ring rows.
Yeah. And then the weightlifting movements, like controlling external objects, squatting with weights, the Olympic weightlifting movements.
Snatching, squatting, cleaning.
But also wall balls. What else? Dumbbell
work, anything like lunges, whatever
kettlebell
that we do
swings.
with that. Kettlebell swings. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah. For those of you who've been doing CrossFit, that's all familiar movements. And for all of you who haven't, come check CrossFit out it's a really cool program to get you fit and healthy.
It is.
Yeah, I think that's what we wanted to get across here, right?
Pretty much.
Good. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. Tune in for next week because we're going to talk more on the benefits of CrossFit for certain people. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us comments, ask us questions if you have any more. And we'll hopefully see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.